Well, good morning. I'm starting a little bit early today just because I've got to drop the kids off at a camp. Let me expand this screen a bit. We're still looking at price action from yesterday. It is 7:45 in the morning right now, so I've got to step away, but then I'll be back shortly after the open. So let me, we'll make this a different time frame. Make it 5 minute expander down here. Let me blow it up a bit. And let's say that maybe right here. So let me just type this out. Yeah, it might be 15 or 20 minutes after the open. Oops. Do that. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Let's try real big. There we go. Okay, so hopefully, let me edit it a little bit more. Make it real big so everyone can read it. Okay, so I'll be back. We'll do this soon and get to trading. Looks like there was a big up move here in the last 15 minutes with news that came out. So that could make for an interesting day, and we'll see what we do. All right, talk to you soon. Better late than never. All right, I am here. Let's see. Sorry for being late. Pull this up, I think. Let me see. Remove. All right, looks like we got down to our 82 level. I gotta sneeze, pardon me. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, I was saying 82. 82 is our area. Got a big gap up here on our 5-minute, and looks like, let's put in our opening range. Oops. Tighten this guy up a bit. So there's our opening range right there. And had the big press up. And the other day, let's see, maybe we can adjust this a bit. Yeah, so the other day, remember 82 to 85, that was our level right here. And I said bulls wanted above 85 or above 82, couldn't do it, failed. So here it's not a big surprise that they got down into this congestion area and seem to be holding steady now. See if they can just run it higher, push it up higher. Got a gap from yesterday. Let's see if Mike is around, if he wants to jump on here. Okay, let's see. Pardon me. Take care of that. All right, got a few viewers. Mike, if you're there, I'm trying to call you on Hangout or Connect. I've requested to be let in, so let me know if you see that. If not, just feel free to send me a request. What's up, Kumar? Blowing up the screen. Kumar, happy trading. Alrighty. Kumar, I've said it once, I'll say it again. You can just let us know once, bro. You got, I don't know if it's on repeat or something, but you got a lot of the same message on there. So, thank you for your input. Alrighty. Move this back to 1 minute. So, big run up this morning, 7:30. Looks like a, oh boy, about a 60-point pop, 60-point jump. And the bulls are just trying to keep control of this thing right now as it sits. Yep. Trying to keep control, hit that 4,200 level, and now we're just hanging tight. Wondering if anyone got long in the 80s there. Okay. Oh, I just saw your message here, Micah. Let me pull it up. All right, cancel that out. Go to the inbox. There we go. Hey, Micah,
Morning.
how's it going?
Oh, not too bad.
Take any trades yet?
I've taken a couple. In I kind of chased a short a little bit, and I'm hoping I don't get run over.
What's been your trade so far?
So I shorted from the high, basically the week high that we had. Um, I actually chased it and then just put in a order, and it came back and got the order I had standing. So I was in on two contracts. At Oh, I guess I could share my screen and show you. Let's see, where is it at? Can you see that now?
A little bit. Yep.
I don't know if I can. I wish I could.
Stop filled.
There goes my stop.
Let's see.
How can I? Oh, you know what I could do? Let's do this. Is that better?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I can see that a lot better. I think Zoom would be good too, where you can do a screen share and we don't have to have our ugly mugs up here.
Right. Yeah, nobody wants to see my mug. So I had an order in back here for this pullback. I was looking for a pullback down into the 82 area,
Uh-huh.
so it didn't get down there. And then I put in an order once I saw this slowdown here, it didn't get filled. And then once we got back up here and saw a weakness up back at the top again, I jumped in and thought I'd missed it, but then left my order in here. And so held it down, hit my 10-point target because I figured this was going to be an area. And then I was looking for this to hold to push back down again like it did, but it stopped me out before it did it.
Ah, gotcha.
Which I should have just left my stop up here where I had it at that high. And then I had this trade here because I chased it because I was frustrated that I missed. And then once I got confirmation of it moving down, I did put an order in here for a pullback back to this area, which obviously filled. Went back down, but I moved my 10-point target I was looking for a little bit. I thought that was going to be the big move down. Actually, it was not. So now we got to see if this area holds again and pushes back down, or if we break through the overnight high and go up.
Yeah. Good little recap. What's that?
I'm not sure what we're going to do now
Yeah, I don't know either.
in this area now. I really thought that last short where I was in late was going to be my move down.
Why won't you answer me?
Sorry. And it wasn't. So we'll have have to wait and see.
What were you looking for on that down move?
I had it down. I actually was down. I wasn't sure, but I was looking for the 165 area again.
Oh,
Down here.
okay.
From yesterday. I remember that being an area yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was looking for the big move down. We didn't get it.
Yep.
So now we got to see if the initial balance holds the 200 area here and get a move down that way. Seems like it's a strong push back up. I don't know why. I don't know. Wait and see, I guess, how this area plays out.
I'm looking at the 5 minute. I like that wick that we put in down there. How it couldn't really hold below 82 or 83, and the bulls just snagged it right back up.
Yeah, just pushed him right back up again.
Yeah, I think that's where you'd be safely looking for a 10-point.
Yeah, I did the same thing yesterday where I moved my target looking for the big move. I gotta work on that. I can't. I mean, that was a just over 10-point move down. I can't be up 10 points and then end up losing 7 points.
Yeah.
That balance, the balancing act of, hey, if it pulls back to here, then at least I'm profitable.
Absolutely.
Look for the re-entry. But I'm also trying to work on, like we've talked about, not having such tight stops where I'm getting stopped out as well. So
yeah,
that ugly balance act of where it should or shouldn't be. Kind of feel like we may have. Looks like this is going to hold again. Where's my 30?
Hey, Kumar, I saw your comments, buddy. I just put you in timeout just because if you want to say something, that's cool, but we don't need it up there the same thing 10 different times. So feel free to let us know where you're getting long or where you're getting short. Love to see it. That's cool, but you're in timeout. I think it'll let you back in here at some point. So, yeah. So just gonna cool off a little bit, take a little break. We're glad to have input and insight. Kumar, were you the kid in school like when there was a question? It's like, oh. I know it, I know the answer. It's cool. I was that way too. Takes one to know one, I think. All right, back to trading. Well, wondering if we drift, how high we drift. Let's look at NASDAQ still. It's a tricky one to call. Just like yesterday, I know yesterday we were kind of bearish, but I thought bearish with the side rotational. And we never really rotated, never really broke above the open there. Got close.
I think yesterday, of course, hindsight's always 2020, but the realization I had this morning thinking about it was that it was all just positioning, waiting for the CPI report this morning, I think.
Probably so. Probably so.
So I kind of feel like that's where that all chop and all that fun stuff came from.
Yeah, a lot of chop, a lot of back and forth.
I ended up, I was frustrated, tried to be disciplined, and got myself back up positive on the day and just shut it down, called it good.
Oh, were you not? Oh, well, yeah. See, I thought you were positive pretty early on, but you had those ones that they kind of came back against you. You were looking for that bigger move.
Yeah, I was holding for the big move, even though, again, same thing as this morning. I'm waiting for that, trying to catch the big move and miss the small move, and then end up losing. So I was when you left, I was down still.
Oh, okay.
So I was able to catch some of the chop, and I wasn't down much, just 3 points I think it was. So took another trade after we were talking, and got back up and shut it down because I knew I was frustrated and irritated with myself.
Yeah.
Trying to be disciplined. So
Yeah.
really working on that. I've been, I think I told you I was rereading the trading zone, and that's a huge, I know, taking responsibility and making sure you're disciplined is all part of being successful.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's tricky too to know where to pay yourself.
Right.
And I personally, I pull the trigger too early, getting in, and usually getting out as well. But yeah, I think it helps to try to have on a piece where, okay, I pay myself here, and then I still have a little bit on the table, and if we continue to go more, we'll try to collect that. But every trade is different. There's some where you feel like I want to let this thing run, but then there's others where you just need to have a tighter leash on it, and such.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's that whole thing, let your winners run and your losers get out of your losers, and then you're back to that balancing act of how far are they going to run when you let them run.
yeah. And who knows? I mean, I know it shouldn't, but previous days can easily have an effect on current days where the day prior, right? Like you were short at 82, you got out at 65, it was a nice trade, took that out, and then lo and behold, only 10 minutes later, we're like 20 points lower than 65. And so I would imagine that in your mind, there's the thought, all right, next trade, I got to let it run even longer. But so yeah, if it were easy, like you said, everyone would be doing it.
Yeah.
Or would be successful doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that all plays into that whole mindset, the psychology of it, and why it is so difficult.
Absolutely.
And setting up your rules on getting in, what gets you in, what gets you out, and adjusting those rules to be able to follow them so they're profitable. So I am trying to short here.
You got a resting order?
I jumped in.
Oh, you are? Okay. And you keep a really tight stop. So where are you wrong at? Where's your stop?
200 and a quarter, just above the A. Yeah, just above A period.
Gotcha.
Just above the high of the day. Basically, either this area is going to hold and go down, back down, I feel like, or once the initial balance is broken, I'll probably jump. If it breaks the initial balance, I'll jump it along and ride it up.
Gotcha. Yeah, good.
So, So just got to see kind of what it's going to do here. It's right at the high for the initial balance. I really thought C was going to go down and take out the lower, but it didn't. So I have a feeling it's going to come up and take out the high, and I think we're going to go up.
I have a feeling I'll do that too.
Now that we're up here
I
again.
didn't want to poo-poo your trade, but that's if I had to choose, I'd say yeah. But again, like with your trading, I mean, your stops are so tight that if you're looking at like a 5-to-1 or 6-to-1, 8-to-1 ratio, well, if you got a 2-point stop, but you're looking for 10 or 15 points, then you can afford to have some losers.
And that's kind of why I do it the way I do it. And I've got to find that balance of, because what, again, does happen sometimes is I get stopped out. I'll get stopped out of a trade 2 or 3 times because my stop's too tight. Then that plays on your psychology of your trading and questioning what you're doing and all that as well. Then, so again, you're back to that balancing and making sure you stay disciplined. But part of the reason I keep the stops so tight is because recovery from losers is a lot easier than, for me. I get really uncomfortable if I've got more than a 5-point stop.
Yeah, and that's good to say, like, hey, to recover from losing. I want to be about that. Well, let's see if it weakens up here again. I feel like they want to get it. Bears want to get it below the opening range. That looks like probably 95 half level. Let me expand my screen a bit. There we go. So so Bears want it below this opening range area, I would say. That's the start. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. I don't know. I don't think anyone knows at this level.
No, at this point, it's one of them things of...
I am not in a trade. I trade differently than Micah. He likes a real tight stop. For reasons he was just talking about there. I need him a little bit wider. Kind of like my women. No, just kidding. Probably should. Never mind.
Yeah, I think it's going to come get me right here.
Yeah, I think I would imagine. So 225, that's your stop?
Yeah, just right above.
Gotcha.
Right above. Here we go.
There's some days where we're strong and we just kind of drift.
There it goes.
Oh, there's everybody's stop.
Yep. Everybody had stopped sitting there.
There's everybody's stop. Yep.
So the question is, are we just going to take out all the stops? All D period just opened too. Damn. Wasn't paying attention to that. So I'm going to put one in right at 202. See if it comes back and gets me.
You putting in a long?
Yep.
Where at?
202.
202.
Put a stop at 97.
Yeah, that 97 area is a good spot.
I think it's just going to push up though. We have to be patient for a pullback. now that that initial balance is broke. I knew that's what was going to happen too, because you knew there was a ton of stops there.
Yeah.
Should have had a order entry right above my stop.
Yeah,
You know,
sometimes
I
that's
took
the
out my
best word.
stop to get
Yep.
in to go long.
Yeah.
That's what I should have done. Question is where.
Let's see. So yeah, this is the move I was looking for on Monday. Never got it, and I don't know, man. It's as far as how high we go. I feel like we could run a while. Not necessarily quickly, but could just kind of drift off. Let's see, Nasdaq. But we'll let it play out.
Yep, this is the high of that last congestion we had right now. We're at it right now. The high, well,
I think
just
we're
above
over it,
it.
aren't we?
Yep, 204.75.
Oh,
We're
that's
just
is
over.
that the overnight session?
No, the congestion that we were kind of chopping around in yesterday from the end of May, beginning of June.
Yeah.
So we're just above it right now. So maybe we can get a pullback down. I'm just trying to figure out like areas where we may go after this. What kind of highs we may be looking at.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, looks like. Well, let me put back to RTH here. Let's see this. Move that. Okay.
We haven't been in this.
I've been here for a while. I mean, yeah, this thing could in the next. It doesn't have to be today, but in the next few
No,
days, we could see 60
for sure.
or 70 or 80 even. You know, it could be. So, come the end of the week, we could be up to 80. Could. You know, you never know. Yeah, there it goes, just pushing higher.
Yep. Yep. Well, I left my order in there. We'll see if we get a pullback.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Problem is, at some point, it's going to be one of those things of, okay, if we pull back to this area, I'm going to be concerned of just blowing right back through it again.
Yes. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, shoot. It went up so quick that by the time it filled my stop, it added on another point.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really, really quick pop.
3/4. Three takes, but still. Yeah.
I think we get the price act. Well, at this point, with the info we have, it seems like we'll get the price action that I thought we would get on Monday, where we push up and then just kind of an angled drift higher. I don't know. If for some crazy reason we come down and 4200's broken, or especially 97, then that would obviously have us changing our tune. But with
Right.
the information that we have right now, it seems most likely that we just continue to move higher. I wonder if Tech T got long there.
Mm.
Micah, were you doing one contract or two?
Just a single.
Just a single for Ted, who's asking. Just a single.
Just single. Yeah, Ted, just a single contract. I usually have the 10-point target. Move it based on where I think it's going to go. I need to stop moving it so quickly is what I need to do. All right, so here comes the pull back a little bit. Still thinking if we can get a pull back to that 202 area. Yeah, nice entry to get in long. Maybe support. Here, yeah. 201.50 is the overnight high, so 202 can get a pullback into that area. Make sure. Still think that'd be a good long.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What you looking at?
Nothing yet. Nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Yeah, pull back to 02. I might not be bad. It feels like it would be a little deep.
Yeah. Don't disagree.
But it's still, I mean, things would still be intact. Really, you'd be, if you're long at 02, you'd certainly be wrong, below 97. I know for you that's a pretty, it's wider than a stop than you
Yep.
want.
Yeah, if I can keep my stop below. Ideally, if I can keep my stop at 2 points, that'd be great. Yeah, I would certainly, if it gets back down in this area, see how it gets back down here.
So I wouldn't be surprised today if we just, let me duplicate this guy. Again, with the info we have right now, we just kind of just drift, kind of follow this channel. So I'm gonna wait for something that really gets me excited.
Hmm.
It's true, Kumar. Yeah, a lot of patience is needed for trading, isn't it? A lot of patience. I'm not a hunter, but I've often thought it's probably similar to hunting, where like a guy goes out, he's waiting to get a deer or a buck or whatever it is that he's hunting, and sometimes you go there, you get set up, and within a half hour, oh man, just as luck would have it, I've got a great opportunity here at this spot. I'm gonna take the shot. All right, here comes your O2. You still got a resting order there?
Mm-mm. I don't. I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna stick one in and see how it goes. I have one there now.
So back to the analogy of, what Kumar's saying, how it takes a lot of patience. So someone going out to hunt, it may be that they do that and they're all set up, and within an hour even, they got a good shot, they take it, they do it, they tag it, bag it, whatever you do, take it home, they're done.
Order filled.
Alright, so Mike is on here at O2. I'm not involved. And then there's probably other times with hunting where you do it and you got to wait the whole day, 7, 8 hours, and nothing comes your way. Or it might be that after 4 hours of waiting, you're feeling impatient and you feel like you got a good shot, but then the shot turns out to be different. Um, so you don't pull the trigger, and then a half hour after that, you get the perfect shot and you take that. So, to me, I think trading can work in a similar fashion. You just gotta wait and be patient. Try to keep your emotions out. Try to stay objective. So Mike is long at O2. I want to see if this level holds and if we continue pushing higher. I am not involved. Really, yeah, you want to see it hold.
Probably should have waited for a slowdown of some sort, but the way my morning's been going, I've missed a lot of because I've waited. So 202 seems like a good entry. So
Yeah.
far so as well. Let's see if it sticks.
So that was the start of the party for the Bulls, that O2, right? Like that's where a lot of stops were. That's where we just, looking at my screen, where we just blasted off, took it higher. And Mike is long there at O2. But,
Basically, it was at the high of the day.
yep, overnight high of the day.
4,200 and a quarter was really
But
where that took off from.
neither party, neither Bulls nor Bears are really out of the woods yet. Bulls need to
No.
see this thing firm up, really get back to '08 and then above. Bears need to see it get below 4,200, I think.
Pretty weak on the 5 minute.
Yeah, 5 minutes not looking that good. But yeah, Bears definitely want to reclaim this area here.
see some sort of slowdown here, otherwise they'll probably jump out. So that 4,200 area hold.
Yeah.
I was probably early.
It might have been. It is hard to say, but yeah, I agree thinking that you want to see 4,200 hold. It Bulls they could firm it up here. Just continue drifting higher,
Mm-hmm.
but they may not. We're still in no man's land here.
I'll go get. We'll at least go check the high again of the day. I would assume we'll get close to it. Just a question of where it comes from. It would make sense for it to come from this area.
So D, the high of so we're in D, right? D put in the high of the
We are
day.
in D. Yes, we're in D
Okay.
right now. So the top of D right now is 42.12. The lower D is 99 and a quarter.
That we
20.
just put in, right?
Correct.
Or no, probably from when it blasted off.
We could come back down this 98 area where it goes.
Yeah, I don't think that's unlikely, or not out of the question. Remember, anything can happen, right? Anything can happen, and something will happen. So plan accordingly.
Ugh.
Plan accordingly. So anyone who's watching, me and Micah, we're kind of doing an experiment here. I've wanted someone to watch the market with. At times, it's easier. I feel like the area where it's going to help me is that it'll keep me out of positions where I'm just fighting the market. I will say though, I'm a little bit more tentative to get involved. It's been a little harder for me to pull the trigger, but hey, it's worth a shot, right? Worth seeing how it goes, and it's good to have an objective viewpoint from someone else. We've had a few trades here so far where Mike is long and I'm short. That's kind of fun. We gotta come up with some kind of like winner gets this and loser gets penalized.
I think we need to do that for our making sure we stick with that discipline as well.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So
Some sort of penalty box, timeout box, or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, I think that'd be good. All right, so Bull's trying to firm it up here a little bit.
They're trying. Let's see if we can get above this 06
Yeah,
area.
they need it above '06 for sure. So if you're watching, here's '06, just a previous little pop. Still anyone's game at this point, but Bulls are getting closer to firming it up. Let's see if they can pop it, get it up here, and then just if they do, I feel like we just continue drifting higher. Maybe not a big, impetuous push high, but just more stops getting slowly.
Problem is, yeah, we're already. I mean, it's not even 11:30, and we're 80 points up on the day. So from this morning's,
Well, yeah, it was such a
yeah,
big
not the
pop for market.
9:30
Yeah.
open, but my system tracks it the overnight as well. I can't figure out how to. I'd like to be able to switch it where I can either do the overnight and or just the trading day.
Oh yeah. What do you use, Micah? What's your platform?
Uh, Trade of 8.
Oh, okay. Trade of 8. Well, got another 2.5 minutes on the 5-minute bar.
There we go. Push, push. Let's go. Come on now. Hmm.
Another minute and 10 to go on that 5-minute bar. So bulls want to get it above this 06 level that we're bumping against. See if they do. Looking pretty
Trying.
good so far.
Right now, I have my stop down at 98. I moved it up now, 200 and a quarter. Now that we got over the 06 area,
Yeah, yeah.
hopefully we can keep going. Problem is, I don't know where to. The only target I really see is way up. I know we're not going to get to that today.
Yeah. Let's see if we take out the highs and then I guess watch the price action after that, if that happens. All right, another 10 seconds on this 5-minute bar. We'll see if it stays strong. Next hurdle for the bulls is probably going to be like this 09 area, I would think. Right around here.
Might just. So we got 5 minutes left in D period. Wonder if we're going to get a pull back down, keep the profile clean. Or if we'll just pop up.
There's our 5-minute on the screen. Let's look at this guy.
Come on, man.
Some good entry there on Micah's part. Involved at 02. Didn't take much heat. Although it probably felt like more than it was, didn't it?
It was, it was moving down pretty hard at that point.
Yeah, because we had that pop, and it came down, and thinking, oh man. And bulls are hanging tough now. Five-minute kind of chugging along, doing its thing. I think it'd be helpful within this 5 minute bar to see some healthy upward movement for the
Yeah.
long that Mike is in.
Yeah, I have concerns though because we got this towards the end of D period.
Yeah, it's
We're
not
sure.
looking near as strong right now. Pardon me, I'm going to mute it for a second here.
Yep.
You gotta come up with some kind of like winner gets this and loser gets penalized. stop filled.
When you go upstairs to change, grab yourself a towel.
Okay, babe. I'm getting ready to go now.
Hey, I'm back. I went away for a second. There's an O2 trying to be defended. Seems like. Are you out now, Micah? Or are you short? I should ask.
No,
Not short, but he's out.
I'm out.
So the question now is, do the bulls defend this area? Does the trend resume? Does the pattern stay intact? Do they shake out some weak hands? Or is this the start of the bears starting to kind of feel it? And it's hard to say. 5 minute looking like putting in a decent little wick there, but 5 minutes still has another 2.5 minutes to go.
Like double bottom at the 250 there.
250 what?
Double bottom with the wick, the bottom of the wick, current wick on the 5 minute.
What's 200? Oh, 200. It's got 4,250.
4,250.
Gotcha,
Sorry.
gotcha. I just heard 250. Sorry, my bad.
I think that's what I said, but that's what I meant.
No, yeah. So
That double bottom there would be
4,200.
yeah.
Half. Yep. Double
Which
bottom.
is right,
but
just above. So I'm.
Well, so much for that theory with drifting up.
I think we're just going to get some choppy sideways action.
I think so too, until a level breaks, if it does. But
Because now we're coming back down to that area again.
bears don't really want it. Bulls don't really want it. It's kind of like hot potato.
Yeah.
You know? You take it. No, you take it.
No, you have it. No, I don't want it.
You can't blame them.
While you were gone, we got above that 06 area, so I was hopeful that we were going to visit the high of the day, but very quickly said nope.
Yeah, brought it right back down. Yeah.
I am going to go to the gym though, so I'll be back.
Wrapping up. You heading out right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, have a great workout, man.
Will do. We will. I'll talk to you later, or I'll be here tomorrow. I'm home today and tomorrow, and then back at work Friday. So.
All right, cool. I've got a little bit more time today, so I'll let the screen run. I'll probably step away. I don't want to get myself in trouble. All right, dude. Well, if I let it run, feel free to shoot me a text. Maybe I'll fire it back up and we'll watch a little bit later. Maybe
Sure.
not.
Yeah, if you're around, that sounds awesome.
Okay, sounds good.
Talk to you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, it's 10:40. I usually go to about this time anyways. So we'll sit in front of the charts for a little bit more. Looking at, let's see what we can surmise. Let's see. Looking at today's tempo. Now, I wasn't here until right around here at 9:35. Actually, 9:45. It's closer to 10 when I got in front of the screen. Noted that we obviously came down to this 82 level, which was an important level the other day. Not yesterday, but Monday. Came down, nice little wick here in the 5 minute, and then the bulls have just ran it up so far. We'll see now if the bulls can remain strong. I feel like if you're so inclined, you could get long here and maybe have a stop against like 99. This could be the bulls keeping it strong, but really at this point the bears on it below this 4,200. I feel the bulls need it, want it above 06 and then 08 really to resume trend and keep moving higher. But Yeah, like I was saying, it feels like a game of hot potato. Like neither party, the Bulls nor the Bears, didn't seem like they want it too badly. I guess at this level, I am a little bit leaning more to the long side. Let's see. Hey, Andrew Gibson, what's up? Andrew still long from 94? All right, well done, man. Have you trimmed any off, Andrew? You taking any profit? Or are you still holding? Still holding out hope. Where you at? Thanks for sharing, man. As I mentioned earlier, I've only met Micah within the last few months just online. He was watching my stream and talking about levels, and I've always wanted someone to watch the market with, and so it's kind of like a little experiment we're doing. We're thinking that with him watching, it's going to keep me out of trades that don't make sense or that are just bad trades by nature. I will say that naturally, I am a little bit less inclined to get involved if he's liking it short and I'm liking it long. So it's been a little bit harder for me to pull the trigger. But I have had a goal of wanting to just take 0 to 2 trades per day. So I don't want to be over trading. I want to be more selective, more qualitative in the stuff that I'm doing. So I thought, hey, let's give it a shot. Let's see if we could, glean some insight from this. Psychology and math. Boy, it is. A lot of psychology, a lot of math involved. Math in your head. And risk management, really. Managing the risk. Knowing who's in control. Knowing if the sellers are in control or if the buyers, and at what level they're in control, right? Like Kumar, I do like how, you'll oftentimes put out a number. Like, hey, this is a number. If it's above this, you're looking to buy. If it's below this, you're looking to sell. That's valid. Andrew, I like it. I mean, that's my thesis has been that we could just get up and then just drift higher. Not get there in a hurry, but especially if we can take out the high of the day, then probably kind of follow the trajectory of something like this line that I've got here. So if we can get up and go higher, take out new highs, I feel like it's just kind of a drifting kind of a day. So long at 94, stops at 96 for Andrew, and see if it just drifts higher. I like it. Yeah, with the thought of just going to hold the rest of the day, see what we get. I'm glad you're here, man. Where are you at, Andrew? Where do you live? So we'll see if the Bulls, if they want to straighten up their act. It's still, even though we had a double bottom here, it's still intact, right? Like, looking what could be, the Bulls would want to see this round out a bit and then push on up higher. Again, I thought we might see more of a pattern like that on Monday. Round it, move it up. So NASDAQ trying to get its act together. It's strong, kind of knocking on the highs. Looking like it wants to push higher and just drift. Alright, still got a little time left on this 5 minutes, so let's see if we resumed and then move it up higher. So Andrew, I gotta know, on a trade like that, kind of set it and forget it. Like, you're long, you got your stop, move up to 96, and just walk away and kind of see where we close by the end of the day, or you got one target where you peel one off the table. How you managing this one? Another 2 minutes left on the 5 minutes, so we've got what could be a nice little wick here, and then see if we can't get it above that 06 level and continue trend. Hey, thanks Kumar, hope you rest well. Orange County, but I'm up in Lake Tahoe right now, northern CA near Nevada. Cool. Pull up a 1 minute here. I saw this little node and it got my attention. So the bulls wanted above this guy here. This little push we had down to 02. Got another just over a minute to go on the 5 minute bar. Pardon my appearance. Just dropping the kids off at camp. Man, summertime is a busy time with kids and activities and camp and all the things. Busy and full. I'm going to buy one right here. I'm going to keep a really tight stop on it. Going to be down to either 02 or the figure there, 4,200. Seeing if the 5 minute can't firm up and we get a push higher. Not risking a lot. Looking to just kind of try to let it run. Let it see if we can just drift higher. I usually don't have a super tight stop, but I'll take a page out of Micah's book and see if I can't keep a tight leash on this thing, not risking much really, and see if we don't push higher. My stop's going to be just below this guy here. Just below this node on the 1 minute. So we're at that 06 level. That so far has been kind of an area of contention for the bulls. Well, let me show you what I was looking at there. I was looking at the 5-minute in conjunction with other time frames, but I saw this double bottom here and then starting to move up. Saw this wick here and thought, okay, let me try to jump in, get long up here, and my stop is now just below this wick. But boy, timing wasn't great on that one. I jumped in and it's quickly reversed course. So on this one, we'll give it, I would want to see this 5-minute firm up and then get close to closing above this 06 or even higher. That would be ideal. But at this point, I do like the risk to reward. I'm not risking much and looking for more than 10 points of profit. But also seeing that we're just getting sold off of 06, not a big fan of that. So I got to at least give it, I think, until this 5-minute bar is done and watch from there, see what happens. All right, another looks like 2 minutes to go on the 5-minute bar. Really want to see this guy hold firm up and then within a candle or two get above that 06 level. For where we're at, I will now move my hard stop up to the low of this candle. So I'll put it at 02. Let's see, maybe the 1 minute. So I'm looking at 1 minute on a different screen, but I'll pull it up for your view. Maybe the 1 minute will give us a little bit more perspective. So we've got 1:15 to go on the 5-minute bar. Bulls need to get it above this 06 level. I've got a nice tight stop on this, so again, I like the risk to reward. We got 1 minute on the 5-minute bar. So in my opinion, bulls need to do it here pretty soon or I'm going to be uninvolved. 06 is the first hurdle. Next will be 08. And we'll see what happens from there. My stop is currently at 03.25. So nice and tight, good risk to reward. And we'll see if the bulls can't resume trend here. Getting this 08 gave me some trouble earlier. I suppose on the 5-minute we're looking better. I'm not discounting a sell-off yet though, only because we haven't cleared this 08 level. So I'm aware that we could push up to 08 and then come right back down. If we come down to this, 03, I don't want it. Just trying to give you some different vantage points here. At this point, I'm not a fan, unless we can push higher here soon and get above 08 with conviction. I'm not a fan how this is just kind of stair-stepping. So at this point, you would expect that we get some power from the bulls to take it higher. If we just continue to down and up and down and up, then to me, the pattern, the move isn't as strong. Now, if we go ahead and blast off, take out this 09 level, if this candle starts to give us some upward momentum, then great, good deal. But the whole kind of walking the tightrope here, just stair stepping it back and forth, not great. But again, that it could happen, but it hasn't just yet. We've still got another 3.5 minutes to go on this 5-minute bar, so it could be that 5 minutes strengthens and we don't see this kind of stair-stepping pattern. So I'm long at 5.5, and my stop is now at 3.25. So again, I took it because there was a good risk to reward. Didn't take it because I thought we were just going to blast off, but risk to reward seemed decent. Well, Bulls certainly not in a hurry to get it there, that's for sure. If they do push it higher. Let's see. I think that's a good plan, Andrew. Move your stop a few points above, or let's see. I'll lightly move my stop a couple ticks under the double bottom if we get it comfortably above the high of the day. Yeah, I think that's a nice move from where you're at. All right, another 1:20 here on the 5-minute, so I'm wanting to see this thing get above 08 with some conviction here. Another 40 seconds on the 5-minute bar. I feel like we need to get up there for the price that I'm at for my entry point, which is 5.5. I'm wrong if we get below 3.25. So trying to play it tight, trying to see if we can't just push up higher. And that may be it for me, just that one. I may move my stop up here a little bit. Let's see if the Bulls can do it here. See if the Bulls can push it higher. All right, Bulls needed above this 09. Working out nicely so far. Show you how it looks on the 5-minute. We'll take a look at the 15 too. Take a look-see here. Getting sold off of 09 there. But pattern still, I mean, we're still in the uptrend. Got another 3 minutes on the 5 minute. This is not great price action here. Was wanting to see us get above 09 and then hold it. Yeah. I think 5 will give us a little bit more perspective here. Another minute 45 till we get a new 5 minute bar. So we're bumping up against where the wicks of the previous sell-off were. I've since moved up my stop a little bit. I had it at 03.5. I've got it a little bit tighter now, especially with this 5 minute coming down, not doing its thing, not getting up higher like I thought it would. Not too enthusiastic about the price action today. I still feel like we could just, drift higher, put in new highs, but not do it quickly. So with this trade I got on, I'm just keeping a tight leash on it. That'll probably be one and done for me for the morning. Again, I didn't get in front of the screens today until, it was like just before, what time was it? It's like 9:40, right when we were on this 41.96 level. So 5 minute not looking great. I'm long at 05.5. Watching to see. Got my stop pulled up. It was at 03.25. Moved it up quite a bit now, and I'm pretty close to, wanted to let this guy run, but pretty close to getting stopped out now at this point. I'm still involved. Remember that '06 level, so we tried for a while to get above '06, peaked above. Now we're below it, and I don't want to see it hang out much lower than this. If it does, then I'm going to be out and uninvolved. So now we're below '06, unless we get some kind of a pop here quickly to get us back above it. Now, granted, I've got my stop in place, and I went ahead and moved it down to, it is a bit lower now at '03. But unless we get above '06 quickly, I'm not looking to be married to this one. So want to see it reclaim '06, get above it, then continue. If we do, I'll move my stop then to this like '04 quarter level. So at this point, I've got my stop just below this recent low. Looking for continuation. I feel like if we don't get above '06 soon, then the likelihood of continuation is quite a bit less. Okay, I'm out of that one there. I was out at '04, so a 1.5 was what I took on that guy. 1.5 loss. It's my one and only trade today so far. Again, bulls wander above this '06 level. Next battle is going to be '08. Well, not a whole bunch to trade here at this moment, I don't believe. Feels like the party's over. we'll see. We'll see if the Bulls. In my mind, the Bulls needed above 06. Until they can do that and kind of get it and hold, it's anybody's game right now, I feel. So again, we had, well, oftentimes there's patterns you're going to want to be looking for. And let me blow this up here, maximize sound. So the pattern I was wanting to see was, had that double bottom here, and then saw that wick and thought, okay, I think I'd like to get involved, and was looking for us to go ahead and see continuation. Now this was a little weak here, but then at some point this candle was green, and so it looks like we could pop here. If you're so inclined to get long, you could be holding against that recent wick that we put in with a tight stop, but still, same thing. I think Bulls needed above 06. So yeah, this candle thought, okay, it's looking decent. It was green, was pushing higher, and that just came right back in, went down. So I don't know, flip a coin at this point as far as if we go higher, if we go lower. Not sure. The Bulls definitely wanted against, let's see, these two lows that we had here. See if the Bulls reclaim 06, then 08 really. It's the level that they need. Feels weak. Seems like this is it. This is the Bulls' attempt to try to get it above 06. They couldn't do it. Pretty strong move down here. Mindful too of where we are at on the daily. So we had a big move up pre-market today. S&P put in new recent highs. I mean, new highs since the last, 2.5 months. Back here to the opening range. Anything, I believe, like below 06, bears are in control. Maybe 04. But certainly that 04 to 06 range. So I guess we'll see if we rotate today. It's 11:20 Central Time. Not a whole bunch going on right here. Another, what do we got? Still like just under 3 minutes on the 5-minute bar. We are considering today's action like down pretty hard. Pretty good movement down. Andrew's out. Did you take any off the table at 02, Andrew? Or no, we just, everything, just let it go to 96? Sound like you just had them all at 96 there. Well, kind of sitting waiting around for something to do, but I'm not seeing a whole bunch just yet. Thinking I might wrap it up. Gotcha. Hey, well managed. Yeah, I mean earlier, even 25 minutes ago, it looked like we had, with this starting to push up, looked like we had a chance to just continue to meander higher, off into the distance, off into the clear blue. But it was managed well. You took some profit, so that's good. That's what counts. Hopefully didn't get emotional. Hopefully you reserved your mental capital. So let's go ahead and we'll fill out my scorecard for today. Let's see, Jeff's scorecard. Here we go. Let me shrink it down a bit. Yeah, I didn't see. Again, I got to the market kind of late today. Got in front of the screens kind of late after dropping the kids at their camp. Main idea earlier was that we would drift higher. Drift higher. And rating of that idea, I go to 6. Accuracy report, I was long at 05 half. And I remember saying that I was going to keep a tight stop on that. Initially, I just had a stop at 03 quarter. So entry was good. Risk to reward was good on it. I felt like I was getting long at a place where, let's see, it was over here. Getting long here against this low. Thinking that, okay, if we just drift higher and continue, could see a 3 or even 4 to 1, maybe more as far as risk to reward. So size was appropriate, especially based on where my stop was, how close it was for me. Stop placement, yep, I had a stop, profit target or stop hit, you know it. Was I following the process well? I was. I didn't have a lot of emotional capital tied up in that trade. Wasn't like my life depended on it. No one was holding a gun to my head. Now we'll look at the other one. Did I know my target? Well, I knew my target was for the high, trying to take out the high of the day. So I knew what I was after on that one. Did I allow price to hit my target and or my stop? I let it hit my stop, didn't move it. Did I adjust targets if market warranted? I did not, and I didn't do it because I had a pretty high ratio of risk to reward. Was emotional capital reserved? You bet. Did I function from the soft zone? That means for soft zone, I just kind of refer to it as like not being rigid, not like, oh, this has to work, or oh, if it goes against me, I got to move this stop to prove that I'm right. The soft zone is just working from a place of watching what the market's doing, acting with appropriate size and discipline and capital. So same thing there. I'm pleased with that. That looks good for me. Let's go to, let's see. I need to fill out yesterday's, but today we'll kind of go through this later in the week and fill out the, let me see, fill out our performance heat map here. There we go. So if you can see that, these are good questions to ask yourself. Was I in sync with the market? How many trades taken? For me, I just want to do 0 to 2 trades. Did I overtrade? If I overtraded, did it hurt my potential? Did I have FOMO? Did I restrain FOMO? Was I profitable? Did I experience mental struggle? Was I following the process well? Did I honor all stops? Was sizing appropriate? So regarding following the process well, it doesn't mean that every trade is going to be a winner. It just means that you know your process and you are following it. Wondering if this 96 area doesn't hold now. 96, maybe a push up to 02. We'll see. Just such a slower market, kind of like one we had yesterday, where I'm just not super excited about any one level. So, hey, well done, Andrew. Yeah, I'll take it! Exclamation point. That's good, dude. Sounds like you're following your process well, which is important. There's a gentleman in the book I refer to a lot with winning in mind, and he says, process can be defined as anything that can be duplicated. Butchered that. Process can be defined, and anything that can be defined can be duplicated. And he says his advice is, and he's not talking about trading specifically, he's talking more about mental ability of peak performance athletes. He says his advice is to only set goals on things that you can control. So whether you're profitable on any given trade, you can't guarantee that. There's no trade that's a guarantee, right? As Mark Douglas says, anything can happen and something will happen. As long as you know that, then you're gonna manage risk accordingly. But what we can do is that we can follow our process well. We can have stops in place, we can have targets, we can watch the market without emotion, knowing that the market isn't after us, it's not out to get us, it's simply doing what the market does. We can watch and observe, not fear that we'll miss the move, and then simply get involved and act accordingly. So those are things that we can duplicate. We can duplicate following the process well, and we can control that. So it's important to know what you can control and what you can't. You can't control whether a trade's going to be a winner or loser. A lot of people think you could, but I'm sorry to tell you, you can't. But you can control your response and how you act. Yeah, feel free, man. Steal that scorecard. That's why it's up here. It's just up here for people to use and look at, and hopefully, if there's insight you can glean from me and insight that I can glean from you, then we're all the better for it, right? Trading, it's one of the guys who watches a bit, Tech T111, he was on here a few months ago saying, man, trading, it's a lonely venture. It can be a lonely journey. And at best, it's a lonely journey. At worst, it's a journey down a rabbit hole where up is down and down is up, and emotional capital isn't reserved, where you're frustrated, you're taking trades that you shouldn't, you're over leveraged, you can't accept the loss. I mean, you name it. At worst, it's all of those things. So I thought, let's try to form a little community where we're learning from each other and where no one's a guru, where we recognize that, each trade has potential. So Mike has been on with me here in the mornings, and he has a very, very different trading style than mine, but he oftentimes has some good levels. And there's some times where he'll be long and I'll be short. And that, to me, those are the best trades, when he's long and I'm short, because we're explaining to the other one, okay, I'm long from this level, but if it goes here, I'm wrong and you're right, and vice versa. That's some great give and take. And you got to realize too that every trade that you take, there's someone on the other side of that thing. So for every guy who's down here buying at 96, there's another guy selling at 96, right? And who knows where that guy who sold got in, like Andrew, he was long from below. He knew that this was his level, so he's out for his own reasons, for his own trading style. So good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, feel free to steal it, Andrew. Well, guys, I'm probably going to wrap up here and call it a day. I have been just watching the market for the first 2.5 hours of the day. Had a late start today, was dropping the kids off at camp and all that fun stuff. And so just trying to spend a little bit more time today, seeing what the market gives us, what it wants to do. I've had one trade for a loss at 1.5, so nothing earth-shattering there, and not too big a size. So that's all we got. All right. Anyone's trading, do good, be good, keep your stops in place, reserve that emotional capital, know your levels. Kind of leaving you, I'd say that the bulls want it above this 06 level, and bears would want it, they'd probably want it below this recent low that we put in. So have a good rest of your day. Trade well. We'll see you.